The ship no one wanted. The trading outpost called Rustline Station floated quietly above a dead moon. Most ships avoided this place. The lights flickered, the metal walls groaned, and every corridor smelled of burned wires. But to Lena, a young human girl with only 50 credits, this station was the last hope. She walked through the shipyard area, her small boots making soft taps on the cracked floor. All around her, old ships stood like broken skeletons. Their hulls were rusted, their engines missing, and their windows smashed. Vendors shouted at her, trying to sell parts and fake items. But Lena ignored everything. She came for one thing, a ship, any ship, no matter how old or broken. She needed freedom. She needed escape. She needed a chance. Then she saw it. In the corner of the shipyard, behind broken crates and metal scrap, stood a small spaceship. Its hull was scratched, faded, and covered with dust. 3 long cracks ran across the side, and the left wing was slightly bent. It looked dead, forgotten, useless. A handwritten sign hung on the front. For sale, 50 credits. Lena stopped walking. 50 credits? That was unbelievable. No one buys that one, a rough voice came from behind her. She turned and saw an old mechanic. His beard was dirty, and his hands were black with grease. Why not? Lena asked. The mechanic looked at the ship like it was a ghost. Because that ship is cursed, he whispered. The alien owner vanished. No trace. No signal. One day he took off. Next day, nothing. Lena raised an eyebrow. Ships don't eat people. The mechanic shook his head slowly. This one? I'm not so sure. Lena smiled a little. Then why is it still here? Because no one is brave enough to touch it, he said. And because the ship rejects every buyer. Engines won't start. Systems don't turn on. It's dead. Lena stepped closer, ignoring his warnings. She touched the cold hull gently with her fingertips. The ship responded. Just for a moment, the metal under her hand warmed up. A faint blue line of light ran across the surface like a heartbeat. Lena pulled her hand back in surprise. The mechanic's eyes widened. It never did that before. Lena felt something strange, like the ship was watching her. Like it breathed. Like it waited. How do I buy it? She asked. The mechanic sighed. Give me the credits. But don't blame me later. Lena handed him her last 50 credits. He looked almost guilty as he accepted them. Then he passed her a small key card, scratched and dirty. It's yours, he said. Good luck. You'll need it. Lena walked toward the ship again. Her heart beat fast. She didn't know if she was excited, or scared, or both. Inside the ship was dark and silent. Dust floated in the air. The cockpit was old, the seats torn, and wires hung from the ceiling. She sat down in the pilot's seat. It felt cold and lonely. I hope you're not truly cursed, she whispered. Then the cockpit lights flickered. Once. Twice. Suddenly, every screen lit up at the same time with bright blue light. The ship hummed, like it woke from a long sleep. Lena gasped. I didn't touch anything. The central console showed one message. Welcome back. Her breath froze. Back. I've never been here before. The lights dimmed again. The ship fell quiet, as if thinking. Then she heard it. A whisper. Soft. Close. Too close. Finally, someone returned. Lena jumped out of the seat. Who's there? The whisper faded. The ship returned to silence. She backed up slowly, her hand shaking. She turned toward the exit ramp, but then something bright flashed behind her. The main engine lights glowed faintly, even though the engine was off. Okay, that's not normal, she whispered to herself. She stepped out of the ship, breathing fast. The outside was strangely silent. Even the mechanic was gone. The shipyard felt emptier than before. Then she felt it. A presence. Someone standing behind her. She turned slowly. A tall figure stepped out from the shadows, at least 7 feet tall. His skin was dark silver, smooth like metal. His eyes glowed a soft blue. His face looked calm, but powerful. He wore armor with strange symbols that Lena had never seen before. He stared at her for a long moment. Then he spoke in a deep, controlled voice. You activated my ship, but you were not supposed to. Lena froze. Her breath stopped. Her heart pounded like a drum. She tried to step back, but her legs refused to move. The alien took one slow step toward her. This vessel, he said softly, does not accept humans. The ship behind her suddenly powered up, lights glowing, engines humming. As if waking to protect her. As if answering her fear. The alien's eyes narrowed. No, he whispered. This is impossible. Lena felt the ground vibrate. The air changed. Something big was starting, something she didn't understand. The alien leaned closer, his voice low and tense. Human girl, what are you? The lights flashed again. Cut to black. The unexpected owner. For a long moment, Lena could not breathe. The tall alien stood in front of her, glowing eyes fixed on her like she was the strangest thing in the galaxy. The ship behind her hummed louder, its blue light spreading across the hull like living veins. The alien lifted one hand slowly, not in attack, but in confusion. This ship should not answer you, he said softly. Only my people can command an Ark-class vessel. Only us. Lena felt her throat tighten. I didn't command anything. I just touched it. Exactly, the alien replied. And it reacted. That alone is enough to change everything. The ground shook beneath them as the ship extended a ramp by itself. The metal folded open like the ship was welcoming Lena back inside. The alien's eyes widened in disbelief. It recognizes you, he whispered. Lena swallowed hard. Who are you? The alien took a slow breath. My name is Ravik. I am the last surviving commander of this ship, or I was. His voice carried pain, old and heavy. This vessel vanished 200 years ago. And so did I. Lena blinked. 200 years. Yes, Ravik said. I was pulled into a deep space fold. Lost between stars. Lost in time. When I returned, the ship was gone. He looked at her again, this time not angry, but almost afraid. And now I find you here. A human activating it. A human waking it. Lena tried to calm her breathing. The shipyard felt too quiet, too empty. It almost felt like the station itself was listening. Ravik stepped closer. Human girl, tell me your name. Lena. Lena, he said slowly. This may sound strange, but I need to see something. Will you place your hand on the hull again? She hesitated. What if the ship pulled her inside? What if it exploded? What if the alien reacted badly? But Ravik didn't look dangerous. He looked desperate. Lena took a small step toward the ship and touched the hull. Immediately, the blue lines lit up even brighter. The engines hummed. The cockpit windows glowed. The ship responded to her touch like she was its true captain. Ravik gasped, a sound of pure shock. Impossible, he whispered. It bonded with you. Bonded? Lena repeated. Like I'm its owner now. Ravik shook his head slowly. No. You're not its owner. He paused. You're something much more dangerous. Lena stepped back, fear rising again. Why dangerous? Because an Ark-class ship does not bond easily. It does not choose. It does not obey anyone except its own kind. He stared at her with intensity. And now it obeys you. The words hit Lena like a silent explosion. A girl with no money. A girl with no future. A girl who bought a broken ship for 50 credits. Had just been chosen by one of the most advanced alien warships ever created. Ravik lifted a hand toward the hull but stopped before touching it. The ship flickered, almost warning him not to come closer. I spent years trying to awaken this vessel, Ravik said quietly. It never once responded. Not to my voice. Not to my touch. Not even to my DNA. Lena frowned. Then why does it respond to me? Ravik stared at her for a long moment. Because humans were never supposed to control alien weapons. But maybe someone changed that. The ship suddenly emitted a soft tone, like a chime. The cockpit door slid open again. Lena felt a pull in her mind, a soft whisper from inside. Come. Inside. Now. She froze. Did you hear that? Ravik slowly shook his head. Hear what? Lena's eyes widened. The ship, it's calling me. Ravik's expression changed instantly. Fear mixed with awe. Then the ship has activated its neural link. His voice dropped. And it chose you as its anchor. Lena backed away. No. No, no, no. That sounds scary. It is, Ravik said simply. Only strategic commanders and high-level operatives were ever allowed to use neural links. They were trained for decades. Their minds were strong. But you. He scanned her quietly. You are just a human girl. Lena crossed her arms. Hey, rude. Ravik didn't smile. If the ship links too deep, it could burn your mind. Lena froze. But, Ravik added slowly, if you survive the link, you will become the only human in history to command an Ark-class vessel. The whisper from the ship came again, clearer now. Captain. Return. Lena closed her eyes. It called me Captain. Ravik stepped back, almost stumbling. No Ark has ever used that word for a human. Before Lena could respond, the ground shook violently. The shipyard lights turned red. Siren alarms blared. Metal panels slammed shut across the station. A robotic voice echoed through the entire bay. Warning. Unregistered Ark-class vessel detected. Hunter ships approaching. Ravik's face hardened. They found it. Who? Lena shouted. He stared at her with a cold, sharp look. The ones who destroyed my fleet. The ones who will kill anyone bonded to this ship. Lena's heart dropped. And they are coming for you. The hidden truth of the Ark. The red emergency lights flashed across the shipyard, turning everything into a world of sharp shadows and broken crimson light. Lena felt her heart pounding so loudly she could almost hear it in her ears. Ravik stood still, scanning the ceiling like he could see straight through the metal. Hunter ships, he muttered. They arrived faster than I expected. Lena swallowed hard. Why would hunters come here? For the ship. For you, Ravik said without hesitation. Once the Ark bonded with you, you became the only threat they fear. Lena blinked, confused. I'm just a girl. Ravik didn't look convinced. No, Lena. You are the new captain of a weapon they spent centuries trying to destroy. Before she could reply, the station shook again, this time louder, harder. Dust fell from the ceiling. Metal beams groaned. The entire shipyard trembled like something massive had latched onto the station hull. A voice echoed through the speakers. Security breach detected. Unidentified warships docking at Bay 12 and Bay 14. Lena tightened her fists. Are those the hunters? Yes, Ravik said. His eyes glowed brighter. We must leave. Now. The ship behind them opened its ramp again, lights shining toward Lena like a guiding path. She felt that strange whisper inside her mind again. Hurry. Inside. Danger. She took a step, but Ravik grabbed her shoulder. Wait. She looked back at him. What now? Ravik exhaled slowly. Before we enter, you must understand the truth about this ship. The truth you deserve to know. The station shook again, louder. But Ravik continued. This Ark-class vessel is not only a warship. It carries something inside it, something that can end empires. Lena felt her stomach drop. End empires? Yes, Ravik said. This ship holds the spectral core. What's that? Ravik hesitated. Even he seemed uncertain. The spectral core is ancient technology. Older than my people. Some say older than the galaxy itself. It amplifies power. It rewrites systems. It chooses a mind strong enough to understand it. He pointed at Lena. And it chose you. Lena stared at him, shocked and speechless. But. I'm not strong. I'm not trained. Why me? The ship hummed behind them, the lights pulsing gently. Ravik nodded at the glowing hull. Ask it. It linked with your mind, not mine. Lena touched the hull again. At once. Flash. Her vision vanished. Everything around her dissolved into white light. She heard voices, hundreds of them, whispering, guiding, calling her name. Lena. Chosen. Anchor. Captain. Then shapes formed, memories that were not hers. A battlefield of burning stars. Alien fleets tearing each other apart. The Ark flying through explosions like a ghost, unstoppable. A bright sphere inside the ship glowing like a small sun. Then a final whisper. You are the mind we waited for. Lena snapped back into reality, stumbling backward. Ravik caught her before she fell. What did you see? He asked urgently. I saw battles, she whispered. And a glowing core. And, it said it waited for me. Ravik stared at her with disbelief. You saw the core. No one has ever. But his words were cut off. A loud crash exploded from the other side of the walls. Metal tore apart like paper. A massive alien voice roared through the shipyard. The Ark is here. Bring me the human. Lena's blood froze. Ravik turned pale. We have no time. Move. They ran into the ship. The ramp sealed behind them instantly, locking shut with a heavy boom. The cockpit lights blazed to life. The captain's seat extended forward, glowing with blue light, waiting for Lena. Ravik stopped at the entrance. Sit. The ship will not move unless you do. Lena forced herself into the seat. The moment she touched it, the entire cockpit responded. Screens activated. Panels unlocked. The ship hummed like it woke up excited. A calm synthetic voice spoke. Captain Lena. Neural link ready. Ravik's eyes widened. It already knows your name. A beam of light scanned her from head to toe. Captain verified. Spectral core stabilizing. Prepare for launch. The ship shook violently as something slammed against the hull outside. Ravik. Lena cried. What was that? He looked at her with a grim expression. The hunters. They found us. Outside, a deep metallic screech echoed as claws tore through the station hull. The ship spoke again. Captain. Do you accept neural alignment? Lena took a deep breath. What happens if I accept? She asked. You survive, Ravik said. Or you burn. Outside. The metal walls screamed. Something huge roared again. Lena closed her eyes. I accept. The cockpit filled with blinding light. The chase through fire and stars. The moment Lena said, I accept, the cockpit exploded with blinding blue light. The neural link surged through her like a wave of electricity and cold fire at the same time. For a second, her heart stopped, then restarted stronger than before. The ship's voice echoed softly around her. Neural alignment in progress, remain conscious, Captain. Lena grabbed the armrests, her breath sharp and fast. The light poured into her mind like a new world opening inside her head. She felt the ship's heartbeat, the energy running through its engines, the vibration of its shields, even the temperature of its hull. It was not painful. But it was overwhelming. Ravik watched her closely. Stay with it, Lena. If you faint, the link will collapse. Lena clenched her eyes shut. It's showing me things. What things? Everything. The whole ship. Like I'm inside every part at the same time. Suddenly, an ear-splitting metal scream shook the entire ship. Something huge clawed across the hull from outside. Bang! Scrape! Crash! Ravik's expression hardened. The hunters are breaching the bay. Through the cockpit window, a massive alien creature climbed across the station wall. Its body was covered in dark armor-like plates. 6 glowing red eyes scanned the area. Its claws dug into the metal like knives. It opened its huge mandibles and roared. Bring me the human. Lena's blood froze. Okay, no thank you. Ravik grabbed the engineer seat, strapping himself in. Lena, you must launch. Now. The ship whispered inside her head. Launch sequence ready. Engines warming. Weapons online. Lena didn't know how to fly a ship. But the ship did. All right, she whispered. Show me. Symbols and controls lit up across the screen, simple, clear, perfectly matched to her instincts. The ship didn't need her training. It was teaching her as she moved. She pushed her hands forward. The dock beneath them exploded with blue fire as the engines roared to life. The creature outside turned its head. All 6 of its red eyes widened. The arc is active. It leapt toward them. Lena. Ravik shouted. Go. Lena slammed her hand forward on the throttle icon that pulsed in front of her. The ship launched. A burst of energy blasted outward. And the creature was thrown across the station like a ragdoll. The arc shot through the metal doors, tearing through the closing blast shutters. Sparks flew. Alarms screamed. The station walls rushed past in a blur. Lena felt everything. Every movement. Every turn. Every pulse of the ship's heart. Ravik, she said breathlessly, it's like the ship is part of me. That is the neural bond, he replied. You and the Ark are now one. The ship broke free into open space. And the danger wasn't over. 3 hunter warships uncloaked at the same time, forming a deadly triangle around them. Their black hulls shimmered like liquid shadow. Red markings glowed on their sides. Their weapons charged. Ravik's face tightened. They brought Predator-class attack ships. He glanced at Lena. We are in trouble. One of the hunter ships broadcasted a booming message. Human captain. Surrender the Arkansas. You are not worthy of it. Lena's fear slowly changed, into anger. She leaned forward. The ship chose me. Deal with it. The hunters fired. 3 beams of red plasma shot toward the Ark. Lena didn't think. Her body moved on its own. Or maybe the ship moved her. She pulled the controls to the side. The arc spun. Flipped. Dove under the beams with impossible speed. Ravik gripped his seat. Impossible. No pilot can move like this. Lena wasn't sure if she was piloting. Or if the ship was guiding her hands. The hunters fired again. The ship whispered. Evasive pattern Delta, 3. Trust me. Lena closed her eyes for 1 second. I trust you. The arc vanished. Not cloaked. Not warped. But moving so fast it blurred like blue lightning. The hunters overshot, confused. Ravik stared at Lena. You are flying like a commander trained for 50 years. Lena breathed heavily. I'm not flying alone. The ship spoke inside her mind. Captain Lena. Engage weapons. Lena opened her eyes, filled with new courage. Yes. Panels slid open on the sides of the Arkansas. Bright blue cannons emerged, glowing like stars trapped in metal. The hunters realized the danger too late. Lena whispered, fire. Four beams of pure blue energy shot forward and hit the closest hunter ship. The blast tore through its armor like paper. The enemy vessel burst into flames, spiraling into darkness. Ravik stared in shock. One shot. You destroyed it with one shot. The other two hunter ships broke formation, spreading out. One of them transmitted another message. Human Captain. You have awakened a power you cannot control. Lena smirked. Watch me. The arc turned sharply and chased the next hunter ship through the starfield. Her mind filled with new instinct, new confidence. The ship wasn't guiding her anymore. They were flying together. The hunter tried to escape into the shadow of an asteroid. Lena whispered, not today. She fired again. Boom! The second hunter ship exploded in a shower of burning fragments. The last hunter ship turned and fled, running, terrified. Ravik leaned forward. Lena, did you see what just happened? They are afraid of you. Lena felt her heartbeat steady. Good. But then. Every screen in the cockpit turned red. A new signal appeared. Larger. Stronger. Darker. Ravik's face went pale. No, oh no. Not them. Who? Lena asked quickly. He swallowed hard. The Hunter Prime. Their leader. Their most powerful ship. Lena stared at the massive red dot approaching fast. The ship whispered in her mind. Prepare, Captain. The real battle begins now. The reveal that changed the galaxy. The starfield darkened. It was not night. It was not shadow. It was a ship. A giant, impossible ship, so huge it blocked out entire constellations. Its hull was black stone-like metal, shaped like teeth and claws. Red veins pulsed across its surface like it was alive. The screens inside the ark flashed blood red. Warning, Hunter Prime vessel approaching. Ravik's voice shook. That ship is 10 times the size of this station. We cannot fight it. Lena felt fear crawl across her skin. We beat the hunters before. We can do it again. Ravik shook his head. Those were scouts. But this is the one who ended my entire fleet. The Hunter Prime's voice boomed through space. Human Captain. You hold what does not belong to you. Lena gritted her teeth. It chose me. Return the Ark. Return the core. Return what was stolen from our gods. Ravik stiffened. Their gods. Lena, this is worse than I thought. The Hunter Prime's massive cannons began to charge, glowing like dying stars. Lena felt the pressure, like gravity itself tried to crush her mind. Her ship whispered. Captain. You must enter full neural sync. Only then can we stand a chance. Ravik snapped his head toward her. No. Full sync can kill you. Lena closed her eyes. She remembered her life. A girl with no future. A girl who bought a dead ship for 50 credits. A girl all alone in the galaxy. But now, the galaxy feared her. I'm not alone now, she whispered. I have a ship. She placed both hands on the glowing controls. I accept full sync. The cockpit screamed with light. Blue fire erupted around her. Her heartbeat merged with the ship's pulse. Her breathing synced with its engines. Her vision blurred, then sharpened. She saw stars in every direction, as if she had 1,000 eyes. Ravik shielded himself from the light. Lena. Stay with me. Lena opened her eyes. They glowed blue. She was no longer just Lena. She was Captain Lena of the Ark. The ship spoke through her voice, soft but powerful. Hunter Prime. Stand down. The Hunter Prime roared back. You are a child. You cannot command what you are. Lena smiled. Watch me. The Hunter Prime fired. A massive beam of red plasma, large enough to destroy a moon. But Lena was ready. She lifted her hand, and the arc followed. The spectral core inside the ship exploded with blue energy. A shield of pure light formed around them, curved, smooth, unbreakable. The red beam struck the shield. And shattered into 1,000 harmless sparks. Ravik stared in complete disbelief. That's impossible. Lena whispered, let's show them something more impossible. She pushed forward. The arc moved with her will. Straight toward the Hunter Prime. The enemy ship fired again. Lena dodged before the blast even left their cannons. She felt their movement before they fired. She sensed their weakness. She was inside the battle itself. Target the Prime's heart, she whispered. The Ark's cannons glowed bright blue. A sound like a star being born echoed through space. Boom! The spectral core released a beam so bright it turned space white. It pierced the Hunter Prime's armor, straight through its core. The enemy ship convulsed, shaking violently. Red cracks spread across its hull like broken glass. The Hunter Prime screamed its final message. This is not possible, a human cannot. Then the giant ship exploded. The blast lit up the starfield for miles. Ravik watched the explosion with wide eyes. Lena, you did what no one in my empire could do. Lena slowly relaxed. The blue glow faded from her eyes. She leaned back in the chair, breathing heavily but alive. The ship whispered. Well done. Captain. Ravik approached her slowly. Lena, you are not just the ship's captain. You are now the one who carries the greatest power of 2 civilizations. Lena smiled tiredly. Does that make me dangerous? Ravik shook his head. No. It makes you, legendary. Lena stood up. The arc lights glowed gently around her, like a living creature protecting its chosen human. What happens now? She asked. Ravik looked at the stars. Now. Every empire in the galaxy will hear your name. They will try to stop you, fear you, or join you. Lena smirked. Good. Let them come. The arc opened a new star map, millions of routes, millions of worlds. The spectral core hummed. The ship's voice echoed. Captain Lena. Where shall we fly next? Lena placed her palm on the console. Anywhere, she said softly. Everywhere. Let's show the galaxy what a 50-credit girl can do. The arc roared to life. Blue light exploded behind them like a comet tail. And Lena, the girl no one believed in, flew into the stars. Not as a passenger. Not as a victim. But as the new legend of humanity.